What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about overall stock market. But before we dive into this video, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel, get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading live in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. So this is gonna be a really quick update video for you guys on stock market. Dow is down 0.75%, nasdaq down 0.96%, S&P down 0.85%, and Russell 2000 down on the day over 1.5%. Now with all this sell-off, let's see how we did in the market and if we actually made money. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. I do post a lot of things. All my videos are coming out in daily, weekly expected moves, and lots of things that I post right here on my X account. Now here's a play that I took this morning, and Amazon was up like $4 in the morning. And if you look at my screen, 130 puts right here on Amazon. What happened, guys? Exploded. And then getting down to 128. This was another nice trade. And especially for the Patreon members, if you're missing out early in the morning, there's nothing I can do. If you're gonna make money in this market, you gotta wake up early. You gotta look at the market, because if you wake up 12 p.m. or some cases 3:30 p.m. and you want to go in and possibly buy something and make a day trade, well, that's not the way to go. Now here's another thing to look at, especially if we look at this month of October, what happens pre-election year. Look at this, 18th, 19th, even 20, we do get a sell-off, and even a bit more sell-off at the end. And then what happens around 25 to 26 of this month, we actually bottom somewhere and then market rallies. Now it's not 100%, but if you look at it from here, it's been playing out. I mean, all that chop going back and forth, and now it's coming down. Possibly can come down a little bit more, and then market will bottom at some point, and you're going to see a rally back up to the upside. Unless something really bad happens, then this is not going to work. But if you go back, especially from here or even from last month, you will see that it's pretty good. I would say 85 to 90% of the time it's working. So if you're playing with this, definitely, I mean, this sell-off was coming here in this market, and especially what's happening out there with war going on, and everyone just panicking. So panic is another thing in the market, can trigger a sell-off, and this is what we're seeing right now. Now, this is not the only trade that I took today. I mean, look at this right here, guys, especially getting those AMD puts. Again, this one coming down to 102. I got puts at 105. That was a big runner. Also, an NVIDIA stock, multiple times buying it. First one in the morning, I couldn't actually come out and say, hey, I got it, because it was really quick. This thing dumped $5-6. I took profit. And then, I mean, if you look at right here, 9:17 a.m. NVIDIA, where to play. And what happened? Exactly same thing. 430, went above 430 just a little bit. And then what happened, guys? 420 came on NVIDIA. So, especially if you want to get setups like this, definitely check out the Patreon. And also the last video I made on stock market, you can see it right here. My thumbnail saying concerning. And there was a concern about TNX going up and gapping up, where we saw S&P 500 also going up and nasdaq going up at the same time, even Russell 2000 going up at the same time. So something has to give, and this one today exploded. Guess what? We finally saw who was lying. That was the market was lying, and market came down, and TNX and dollar and VIX, everything just took off today. So you got to look at all these things in the market, especially when you look at the market. You cannot just look at SPY and VIX and you think that you got all, because that 10-year spiking again today. I think it's over 50 now. We're gonna have a look at it, but that was a massive run. Already gapped up 2 days ago, and now more pump on that one, and that is putting a lot of pressure on S&P 500 and especially nasdaq 100. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, and everything you can see on my screen red on the day. On top you got communication services, energy and technology, and for the week you got energy and consumer defensive leading the way. Stock market map: Tesla with horrible earnings, down 9%, Amazon flat, Google flat, Nvidia flat, Apple flat, Microsoft slightly up on the day, 0.37%, Meta down 1.31%, and Netflix with some good earnings up 16%. And you can see why IWM was down today. I mean, look at right here, guys. Everything is in deep red today. So the first thing to look at here on SPY, high volume selling today, and we haven't seen that kind of volume on SPY before, at least in last few months. I mean, look at this, guys. You don't see it. You go back to June, July, you don't see it. High volume selling today, so that is not bullish in the short term. And that is why I was showing you guys that how this market and this month usually plays out. So we could be making a new low or possibly retesting this low down here, 420. Now expected move here on SPY for the week, 422. So yes, early as tomorrow we can go there and possibly get a bounce from there, or maybe going down to 420. Now if you look at my screen, lower Bollinger Band actually moving higher, now sitting at 421. So yes, we can possibly go down to 421, maybe even 420, and I don't see SPY breaking below 420 this week, but also tomorrow, Friday. So VIX is already spiking for multiple days. I would not be surprised to see tomorrow VIX getting crushed Friday, and this thing going higher at least up to 430, and that's possible. Now keep that in mind. It's not bullish right now. High volume selling right here on SPY, and we haven't seen anything like this in the last couple of months. So tomorrow you need to watch the support down here around 420 to 421, and to the upside. Now that this trend is not holding anymore, this trend line, so SPY will find resistance at 428 right here, and then 430, and only if there is a catalyst and we see high volume buying again, possibly can push above 430. That's gonna be bullish, and this is gonna be a bear trap where you saw SPY coming down, and then all the bears are happy right here. Yes, let's short right here, and then you see a big explosive move to the upside. Another thing to point out, guys, Bollinger Bands are squeezing right here, and usually when you see something like that, like right here, what we saw here, explosive move to the upside, and then what happened, guys? Now again it's happening right here, a Bollinger Band squeeze on SPY. So whenever you see something like this, a pattern like this, that means one thing: you're going to see a big move. It could be to the downside or maybe to the upside, but it's going to take some time to find out where things are going. But as of today, things are not looking bullish, and I hope that makes sense to you. On triple Q, it's down to almost 360. I mean, it's barely holding. Now it's under 360. So if that gives up, it's going to retest 355 and possibly coming down here to 350. And this one also getting that Bollinger Band squeeze. And if you look at my screen, yes, this one is not bad as SPY right here, especially if you look at the volume. But again, high volume selling today. So this is not bullish here on triple Q. So to the upside, and to hold this support 360, that's going to be the key level to watch tomorrow morning, because right now it's trading below 360. And if this is how it stays tomorrow, 355 and then 350 possible on triple Q. To the upside, it needs to recapture 360, and only if that happens, watch out for a move up to 362 and then 366.48 on triple Q. On Dow Jones, also down on the day 0.75%, and this one getting decimated also. Now if you look at my screen, it's holding right here around 333. Now this is where we got rejected just a few days ago. So far that is holding, but if you look at my screen again, guys, high volume selling right here, just like we saw right here. And now again, so this is not looking bullish in the short term, but also if this thing can hold anywhere from 333 to 334, this could be a higher low, and then you could see a move back up to the upside. Also, Bollinger Band on bottom sitting at 330, so even on a big sell-off, I don't see DIA going much lower, maybe even down to 326, and that is it for now. Now to the upside, it needs to break 336, 337.46, 5-day moving average right here, and then especially this resistance right here, 340. Only DIA can break this level at some point, 340. Then watch out for a move all the way up to this gap, 344.20. Small caps are also down on the day 1.57%, taking a massive beating and closing at a 2023 new low right here, and that is 168.62, breaking below this low, and this is not looking good. Again, high volume selling today, and that is why, that was the concern when I talked about it in my last video, that everything going up, but I don't see 10-year coming down. So there is something wrong. Someone is lying, and you saw how it works. Someone was lying, and that was the market. So IWM, guys, it's holding lower Bollinger Band as a support, and we do have kind of a support right here around 167 to 168, and if that gives up 164 to 162, that's going to be the next stop on IWM. To the upside, now it needs to break 170, 172.48, 173.76, and then watch out for a move all the way up to 178. On TNX, it's up 1.71%. I mean, look at this, guys, almost hitting 50 today, and that is massive. We got this massive gap up, and that is where I made that video putting TNX on my thumbnail, and you saw it. I mean, this thing rallied all the way up to 50, and I was talking about how this thing can go up to 50, and this is exactly what we got today. Now it's getting really frothy, overextended, but this thing can still climb above 50. You need to watch 50. That's gonna be a big resistance to watch. And look at this today. I mean, look at this pullback and then dip buying on TNX. So it's not nowhere close to this 5-day moving average right here, and that is at 48.16. So if there is a pullback, maybe watch for a pullback down here, and that could offer up some relief rally on S&P 500. Until then, watch the resistance at 50, and above that, this thing can climb all the way up to 52 to 53. To the downside, watch the support 48.16 on TNX. So the safety thing here in this market, dollar, which is down on the day, kind of weird, right? Dollar is down on the day 0.31%, but holding this channel again 106 right here into closing. So that's gonna be key level to watch, and below that 105.61, and then down here to the upside. Only thing to watch on dollar, resistance at 107, and if that breaks, this thing is gone. You're going to see more upside, at least up to 108, and then 109 possibly right up here. On VIX, it's up 11.34%, and it's getting really frothy, overextended, trading above upper Bollinger Band. So yes, things can change early as tomorrow, but keep that in mind. I said it before so many times. Finally, I think in 2023, VIX getting a close over 20, and that is something to take a note of, because if this thing holding 20, guys, market definitely will come down even more. And in that case, you need to watch 20 right here as a support, but it's really getting frothy, trading above upper Bollinger Band, and it works pretty much every time. But if you look at it, breaking above 20 means what? This thing can go up a little bit more, all the way up to 23 right here, and that should be the next stop to the upside on VIX above $20. Now tomorrow, if this thing actually gets down and breaks below 20, that is when you're going to see a lot more buying in this market, and this thing possibly will come down even more, down to $19 5-day moving average right here, and then 18 bucks all the way down here. So be careful. Watch VIX. It needs to get below 20, and that's when it's time to buy the dip. If this thing gets down below 20 and stays under 20, until then, I mean, if this thing stays over 20, guys, that's not good for the bulls. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.